What's the dumbest financial decision you've ever made?
My car,
How much did it cost?
$80,000.
Okay, this payment right here was $318 a month. I put no money down on that car. $318 a month for 5 years. The payment on this new Maxima right here,
The average new car payment is $734. Now, if you think that's high, that's because it is. Because the average American isn't doing that well. And I don't think they can keep up with these monthly payments. Now, to push down the monthly payment number, they try to push the loan term length farther and farther. And that's slowly been creeping up and up and up. And that's at 68 months, which again is not good. But you could tell me, well, just get a used car. Well, the used car monthly payments are at $525, but their interest rate is 12%, so they have their own problems to deal with. But on today's episode, we're going to be going over some crazy car payments because I love doing that. That's like one of my favorite things to do. And more specifically, we're going to key in on a lot of these interest rates as well. If you want to see more videos like these, click the subscribe button and hit the bell so you don't miss out. And if you want to be featured in the next video, I'm going to be going over the comments that you guys put down below in this one. So without further ado, let's get started.
What's the dumbest financial decision you've ever made?
My car,
How much did it cost?
$80,000.
Ooh, what's your car payment on that?
Like, I paid it off. It was all the money I had.
Emptied out the
There's
bank account.
nothing left.
What kind of car is it?
M4 competition. Kind of worth it, I'd say.
Would you consider yourself upper, middle, or lower class?
Middle.
How much money do you have in your bank account?
Well, none right now. Not in the active.
Not after the
bank
car.
account. Yeah, not after the car. But I just got the car like a week ago.
Okay, fair.
It looks like he hasn't slept in days, and I know I wouldn't either with that insane purchase. He used all his money, every penny on that car. That's probably already lost like 20 G's, and that's okay. What I really thought was interesting, because if this wasn't interesting enough, just spending every dime you have on a car, I looked through the comments, and they were gassing him up. You can sleep in an M4 comp, but you can't race in a house. I mean, that is true. But the next one is the one that I like the most. One engine light and bro is financially doomed. That's right. Listen, I have no problem getting an expensive car, but to drain your entire savings, and especially on a BMW, one mess up, even the tires might ruin you for the rest of your life. I think the girl's reaction was kind of funny. She's just like, every penny on that car? Oh, okay. Now, he doesn't fall into the monthly payments of $700, but honestly, I think it's way worse than that. That's what I think. So I've been seeing these next ones pop up all on TikTok and Instagram. And this one is a joke. This one is a joke, but I think they're still pretty funny. Just the way that they target people and the monthly payment and the loan term length. We were talking about the loan. Check this one out.
Yes, sir. Miss Cheyenne came out and got this 2021 Ford Escape. Miss Cheyenne, how much did you put down?
1,000,
All right. How much was your monthly payment?
$389,
Okay. How long are you financing for?
267 months.
All right. Congratulations. Okay.
So there's like a bunch of these guys. I know if you know Steve-O got me rolling, you're a real one. But obviously these are fake just for attention. But I do think it's funny because some people are getting like over 80 month terms. They're putting not a lot of money down and their monthly payments are still high. They can't afford these. Cars have never been more expensive. So I think it's interesting that these car dealers put out these joke videos about these insane loan term lengths that are like house term length level. But I don't know, some of these get pretty close to real life. So the comments on these ones are always like paying off for the rest of your life. He's going to pass it down to your grandkids, as if a Ford would last that long. This next one's really interesting to me. It's kind of long, but you got to stick with it because it compares pre-pandemic prices. And then she gets the same car 5 years later, and she compares her monthly payment, and I thought it was kind of crazy.
okay, so this right here is a payment for my white Maxima. So after that payment, there's 2 more payments that car will be paid off. Okay, this payment right here was $318 a month. I put no money down on that car. $318 a month for 5 years. The payment on this new Maxima right here, 7 years, and it's $603. Make that make sense. And I'm not gonna cry until I make that payment. And I got 7 years of doing that shit.
So she basically doubled her payment, and that term length, again, we're going back to the term length. If she got that like a 3 or 4 year term length, that'd be like $1,000 car payment. So here are some of the comments. I remember when car payments were $225. That's right. And then this person says $600 on a Maxima for 7 years. Yeah, I don't know. A lot of these are Nissans. I don't know why. That just a lot of these TikToks have Nissans. A lot of Caleb Hammer videos, they're all Nissans. I have no idea. I probably will never own a Nissan. I thought this last comment summed it up really well. You're going to end up paying 50 grand for that Maxima. That's crazy. Yeah, I think people need to start looking at car loans, and what they need to do is before they sign that dotted line, they need to look at the total amount that they will be paying after paying off the loan. So after all the interest included, this lady's paying 50 G's. Would you pay 50 G's for a Nissan Maxima? No, I wouldn't. So if you do that before you sign the loan, I think more people should. And I think if people start looking at how much they pay in total with the loan, instead of just looking at the monthly payment, I think that would turn people off to a lot of these cars. They wouldn't be getting into these loans at all. They would be getting a cheaper car, a cash car, stuff like that. And this next one's a prime example of that. So let's see.
I should have never did it. Well, I don't really think I should have never did it. I don't know what I think.
She got a modest Honda Accord, $33,000, right? And that's like well below the average loan amount for America. Pretty modest. Yes, you got it new, whatever. But her interest rate of 19%, she will end up paying 65 grand for a Honda Accord. Now she was aware of that before signing. She might have not signed it. And although I was going through the comments, it kind of looked like she knew about it. But when you put Honda Accord and then 65 grand, I don't think people would sign the dotted line. I think they would dial it back a bit. I mean, I'm not the biggest credit guy around. I'm not Dave Ramsey or anything, but I do think it's important in order to do things like get a car loan. You could get a lot lower of an interest rate. If you just let your credit go to nothing, then when you try to get a car, you're going to end up like this girl who's at 19%, and she's going to be paying 65 grand for a Honda Accord. I don't know about you, but I don't want to do that. And I think this next one has the worst car loan on here. I might even want to be that M4 competition guy rather than this couple, because at least he paid it off. This couple drags out their car payment for an insane term with an insane interest rate.
What's the balance of this?
48,000.
We just got it.
Yeah.
How many months?
75. You're not gonna like the interest rate either.
What is it? That's
18.
Yeah, that's 18.
No, are you my life?
No.
What are you doing? What are you guys doing to your future, guys?
Well,
How could you sign this? How could you see the number 18 and sign it? At 70 whatever months with that minimum monthly payment. You guys are lucky you don't have a mortgage. Oh,
that was kind of our reasoning.
that's a bad reason.
We can
That gives
afford
you
it.
that gives you opportunity. That doesn't mean fuck up more.
You're right, but we can afford it.
No.
It's just
Guys, the car's worth $31,550.
aren't they all always upside down like the first year?
Yeah, but that's a substantial drop. That's a substantial drop.
Okay, well.
What is that? $17,000?
Yeah.
Did I math that right?
I will say the Prius was upside down 14. They ended up only needing to roll over.
Did you put nothing down?
For the Prius,
We
no.
put 2,500 down for this one.
Those salespeople made their commission. Let me tell you, this car's that's insane.
That was right. That is insane. I love how she just kept saying, well, we can afford it. So you can't. They had like one of the biggest mountains of debt I've ever seen on Caleb. But the thought of, well, we can afford it, so it's fine. You can afford the monthly payment, barely, even if that. I don't even know if they're late. But the monthly payment is like a fraction of the overall loan, of the overall car. They were down 17 grand in the first year. They're only putting a couple grand down. You just keep doing this for your whole life, and you're just never going to get ahead. I'm sorry. 18% interest rate, 75-month term. So some of the comments say that's only 6 years, paying 80 grand for a car worth 30K. Exactly. I just don't know how you can't see it that way. And I'm sure what they're going to say back is, well, we need this car for our kids and our family, but you kind of don't need that car. You need a car, and safety is important, space is important, yes, but you don't need that car. I think that's all that you need to say. And this other person says, need to start teaching finance in school. I think this is a gold star comment. Yes. Again, if people kind of look at the numbers at the end, I pay 80 grand for this car that's going to be worth 20 later. They might like get something that's like half the price and like, okay, like I think this is around the same thing. Let's just go with that. But when they just say, well, your monthly payment's 630, and you're going to do it for this many months, people don't care. They just want to get out the door with their new shiny toy, and that's it. So, and that's okay. It's okay to want that, but let's just call it out. That's crazy.
Don't forget.
Oh my God.
I'm also just a girl.
Oh, she's so pretty.
Standing in front of a boy.
I mean, I like Porsches too, but 1,300 is nuts. I just thought this one was funny. I mean, obviously the payment's crazy. Who knows if she can afford it or not? But I thought this comment was funny. It says, girl, you should have left that on your vision board. That's right. People, just like the M4 guy, they work towards this goal of this car. They like put it as like the cornerstone of their life. I'm working so hard for this. And that's okay. People have their own wants and needs. I just think maybe a car shouldn't be one like that. I don't know. It might just be me. I have no idea. And listen, the 500th time you sit in it, it's not going to be as shiny and nice and new, and you're going to want a different one. So it's kind of like this cycle that people get into over and over. And that's great. This girl got it. It was on her vision board. She got it. I think that's pretty cool. I don't think that 1,300 is cool, but I think it's cool. But it's just a commentary on people work so hard to get this goal, and it might not be as great as they thought. All right, let's get to the last one.
What's your car?
2024 Equinox.
You have a 2024 car. Oh no, it's $40,000. Buddy, that's almost as much as your income. I need to lube my throat to swallow all this debt as well. I get it. $696.14 is your minimum monthly payment. That's an insane minimum monthly payment. That is more. That's $200 more than your rent. That's ridiculous. That is the most American thing I've ever seen in my life. Interest rate 9%. So not gonna beat it in the market. What do you think the car's worth?
35,000.
Yeah, probably 23,000.
Is that what it's worth? Do you know, or is
Probably. We don't have your exact VIN, but that is what your car would be worth in decent condition, good condition, in good condition, good condition, right?
Excellent condition.
Excellent condition.
We quoted it at the base model, though. I didn't know what model you had. Do you have the
it's the RS?
So it's probably worth a little bit more than that.
Okay, 27,000, 28,000. Either way, dramatically underwater.
Well, I did roll in negative equity with that loan because
Oh, you did?
So I blew my. I used to have a 2013 Ford SUV, a Ford Edge, and the engine blew up on that, and I still had about $8,000 on a loan. So I just ended up rolling in about 5,000 to 6,000 in negative equity into that loan.
At 9%.
That's
was a huge minimum monthly payment. Why'd you get such an expensive car?
It was just the easiest way to roll over the.
Was it a new car? You could have.
Yeah, it was brand new.
Yeah. I know that.
Yeah.
So this is the prime example. Super nonchalant about it, by the way. I mean, he's already lost like 15 to 20 grand on the car. He's rolling in negative equity from the previous car. And I talk about this. It's the cycle. People do this for their whole life. Their whole life for that new car. And to me, it's not worth it. It's just not. Like this, it was more than his rent. That's the crazy thing. This car payment is more than his rent, which isn't very high. I don't know how that's even possible, but all that for a new car, rolling in negative equity. I mean, where does this end for people? I have no idea. So here's some of the comments. $600 in interest per month is crazy, and it is. That's like almost his rent. He's paying almost his rent in interest a loan on his car. The interest is not going towards anything. You're losing $600 a month. And this other one says he put the down payment on a credit card. I mean, what are we doing? That's why that gold star comment is so important. Teaching finances. Like these are getting, I mean, this is getting crazy. I don't know what's going to happen. I'll kind of see what the market does. I know used cars and new cars are kind of going down. I know used cars for sure. But I'm curious where this is going to go. I'm curious what cars you guys have, if it's paid off or not. So if you've made it this far in the video, I really appreciate it. Hit the subscribe button. So with that being said, everyone, have a good day.